Yo, this is your homie Cigar Mike. Check out my episode on Boss Talks on the Rooftop. Don't forget the Atlanta Cigar Experience hosted by your boy Cigar Mike. September 23rd through the 29th, man. Peace with y'all.
What's up, everybody? This is Bryson Fowler, Boss Talks on the Rooftop, Season 8, and today we're doing Atlanta Cigar Series, and I have the greatest honor of introducing one of the biggest event curators in the cigar industry, Mr. Cigar Mike himself. What's up, family?
Oh, man.
How you
Appreciate you
doing?
coming to my city, bro.
Man, thank you for being so welcoming.
All the time.
Bruh, ATL, AT Aliens. I always have a good time when I'm in the city, but
Yes,
now I get with one of the legends.
I don't
Bruh.
know about all that.
What a man, he's just so humble.
I just
So-
smoke a lot.
Like-minded.
We're of the same ilk.
Yes, sir. So today's episode is sponsored by Luciano Cigars, ATL, the ATL series. Since we are in Atlanta, shout out to Leroy. This is his stick and Mr. Luciano himself.
ATL Magic.
Let you do the honors. A little cigar toast to him.
That part.
This episode is also brought to you by Kingpin Luxury. All your luxury cigar accessories and torches.
Yeah, I see that lighter, right?
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Show us the old school way.
A little old school, man.
Yeah.
I just put the little chopper on there, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now what he's doing is the old school way, like I like to call it the gangster way, is cutting the end of the cigar off. Sometimes you can either bite it. That's yours, brother.
Oh man, there we go, baby.
I'm gonna let you cut mine because
Magic, the ATL Black too. Yes, sir.
take anybody's weapons. You don't know how you know.
I just can't get it through the airport.
It's okay.
Get it through the airport.
So okay. I thought they were gonna say I wasn't TSA compliant when I had my torches in the luggage, but we made it on through.
That part. Yes, sir.
So you see, we toasted, good solid blue flame. Get it good and ready.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord loves a cheerful giver.
Absolutely. So, Mike, what got you started in the cigar industry? How long you been smoking? That thing toasted.
Your viewers really ready for this story, man?
Yeah. Yeah, we want to hear all about it.
Right. So here's the story. I always been a hustler. And at a time, I did a lot of, I came from a promotions background, did a lot of security, got tired of getting shot at, got tired of getting fight. And I was in the restroom at this strip club. My buddies owned it, we hang out there a lot. Guy in the restroom was a cool ass dude, David Stevens. And one day he needed to take a break, but he didn't want to take down all his stuff. He said, man, you mind watching this for about 15, 20 minutes? All right, I'm doing shit else. Can I curse? Okay, good.
You too, baby. Do your thing.
Yeah.
Adult content.
Yeah. So he went on a break. You know, he come in, turn the water on, squirt the soap, turn the water off, give him a towel. You know, mints, black and mild, all that stuff. And
so you're doing the bathroom attendant thing?
Yeah, so
that's wild.
In the bowl. So when he came back in, I just walked out. He said, "Man, that's your money." I said, "That ain't my money. That's your stuff."
Right.
And then he convinced me. He was like, "Man, you'll be good at this." So started doing the restroom, and he said, "Man, you know, if you sell cigars, you make more money." Right. Now, back then, you could buy a Macanudo for like $5. So I was like, "How much you sell these things for?" He said, $20. Oh, okay. That's all I needed to know. The math was math.
Yeah.
So I started that, and then I ended up with the. It didn't start out as being a company, but it ended up being a company. At one time, I had like 5 different nightclubs, and I provided the male and the females for the restroom
Mm.
at the clubs. And then I was selling cigars, and then I started smoking them. Me and my buddy, well, again, I was the ultimate hustler.
Mm.
So I had a 83 Delta 88.
Oh, shit.
In the trunk of that car, I had 5 cones that I stole from a construction site. I had the vest and the flag.
Procured.
Yeah, procured. Well, the statute of limitations is out.
Yeah.
So I had that. I had a bag with all my colognes and mints and stuff, and I had another bag with a bunch of hangers and tickets.
Mm.
And I just ride around. Hey, man, y'all ain't got no coat check, man. Getting cold out there. Let me talk to the manager. Pull out the hanger, set up a coat check.
Man.
Nobody in the bathroom. Set up in there. Plug getting packed down the street. Empty parking lot. Cones go out. That was what I did. And my buddy, to tell you how long ago it was, I'm out one night, I set up at a parking lot. I made a few dollars, but it started raining. You know, I had $150, $200 in my pocket. Young boy used to be out there, man, just take over, man. Keep what you make.
Mm.
And as I'm leaving, one of my buddies is calling me. He texted me. I'm sorry, he paging me. 911, 911, 911. Now it's raining.
Yeah.
So I said, 911. This my partner, you know.
Yeah.
So I pull over in the rain, go to a payphone, call him back. I said, man, I better hear some gunshots or it better be about some women.
Right.
I said, man, you girls over here, man, pull up. Shot me in the dress. I came through. Man, I don't know what was going on, but they had little cognac and they playing Luther Vandross in there. I'm like, what did I walk into?
Right.
And one of the young ladies said, man, I wish you'd go to the store and get some Black and Mild. I said, I got Black and Mild in my trunk. And because it was raining, I just grabbed my kit.
Right.
And the cigars were in there.
Mm.
So me and my buddy looking at the cigars, I said, man, I'm gonna smoke one of them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
He said, man, you smoke one and I'll smoke one. Picked it up because I knew how to cut, light, all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And
Just ain't never partook in it.
Right. And that was 27 years and several thousands of dollars ago.
I ain't looked back since.
Man, I mean, I started smoking. I was like, it's pretty cool. And then I would smoke while I'm standing in the restroom all night. So I would smoke cigars. Hey, man, where you get that, man? Yeah. Pull it out, sell them cigars. And they got to the point, like, it's really making money.
Right.
You know? And I never hung out at cigar stores.
Mm-hmm.
Just like when I buy mints, I don't hang out in Walmart. I just buy them and I leave.
Right.
And one of the brothers in there, my good friend of mine, my boy Al, we call him Big Poppy, and Al Govan. And I didn't know him. I knew him in passing.
Mm-hmm.
And I bought like 15 or 20 cigars. You know, I'm servicing the trap, you know.
Right, right.
He said, hey, man, you know they put sofas in here for a reason. I was like, what you mean? He said, man, sit your ass down.
Mm.
I sat down, we started talking. I started meeting people, and I didn't have anything to do until probably 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I just go out, get the stuff I needed, and pretty much just go somewhere and sit and chill until I went to work.
Right.
So I started hanging out in cigar stores, learning about cigars, and a lot of the reps and stuff. They would introduce me to the rep because they like, this guy buys a lot of cigars.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it was an odd thing to do to buy that many cigars at a time. You know,
Right.
I'm hustling,
Mm-hmm.
and you know, a lot of the reps became my friends. And at that time, you know, the reps would come into the store and they would talk to the, you know, the owner or the manager, give them a few cigars, and they leave.
Mm-hmm.
And they would give me like 5, 6 cigars. The time they came in there, I said, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna smoke about 2 of these. I'm gonna sell the rest. So
yeah,
if you only want to give me 2, I get it.
I get it.
No, man, da da da. And then I would see them. They doing an event in the store, and I smoked all their product. And people ask me like, Mike, what I smoke? I said, oh, that's too strong for you, man. Try that one out or try that. So I kind of just help them along. They give me free stuff, so I
help them out.
Yeah, help them out, you know. And it got to the point where sometimes some of the store managers and stuff, they get packed. They be like, Mike, when the humidor help these guys out? Man, you know I don't work here, right?
You know, I don't work for you. You know that, right?
I mean, they my buddies. So yeah. Just, go back and forth with that. and I help people buy cigars, and I'd be all over town because it depended on where I had an account at, what cigar store I was hanging out at.
Right.
And I walked into a place, and my buddy Cedric Ward, I never forget. I walked into a place down in McDonough, and saw Cedric. I'm talking to him, and I'm introducing myself to some people. Hey, brother, how you doing? Hey, I'm Mike. I'm Mike. Said, no, man, that's Cigar Mike, man. You want to know something about cigar? Ask Cigar Mike, man. It was a big joke. We all laughed about it.
But then it just stuck.
Well, a couple of weeks later, I'm in another cigar store, same thing. Hey, brother, how you doing tonight? Somebody said, oh, that's Cigar Mike. And it took me about a year to start answering to it.
Really?
I'm like, oh, yeah, hey, yeah, how you doing? And
it didn't resonate like that. That was who you were.
No, I work in the bathroom, man. I'm just hustling. I hang out, smoke cigars, and of course, in different cigar stores, you got different groups of guys. We hang out, and a cigar event was at that time was and get one of the long sandwiches from Blimpie's and cut it up and some wings, and that was a cigar event.
Right.
It was basically the same guys I was hanging out with yesterday.
So they were shooting at Goodfellas, Pizza and Grill Cigar Lounge over here off of 2035 in Cobb. Is it Cobb or Parkway?
Cobb Parkway.
Cobb Parkway. Yeah, so
Cobb and Windy Hill.
Yeah. So what area is this?
Marietta.
Marietta, okay. Off of Marietta, Georgia. Yeah. So what I love about your story, what you were saying, is you're always thinking about what people need. Like in your area, in your space. Like, okay, well, the winter's coming, you need a coat check. People gonna bring their coats in. Right. And then like, hey, the parking lot about to fill up. You don't need somebody to manage the parking lot for you.
Yeah.
And you brought these cones out. And see, I love that mind frame of thing because it's always thinking about how can we serve.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How can we serve our community? And then you didn't understand, you didn't give yourself Cigar Mike.
No.
The people gave you.
I never came up with that. Man, you couldn't have told me 28 years ago, oh man, you're gonna be smoking cigars. I'm like, man, I didn't smoke anything before I smoked cigars.
Yeah.
Cigarette, weed, black and mild, nothing.
Nothing.
And all of a sudden I'm smoking cigars.
Smoking cigars.
It was crazy. So like I said, again, cigar stores closed at 9. Sunday, 7. Can't watch the second game. Damn sure can't watch the third game. And we end up sitting in the parking lot till 2:30, 3 in the morning, just a group of guys smoking cigars. So I'd be going past different places. Man, they got a nice little patio. And I go and talk to the manager with her. Hey, man, can we smoke cigars on the patio? Yeah, go ahead. I hit the guy like, hey, man, we can smoke over here, man. Cool little joint. They got a nice little bar or whatever.
Right.
Food, whatever. Yeah, we go over there. I find another joint, go over there. And it got to the point where it was like, oh, Mike, where we going today? I'm like, I don't know. And so I just started doing things because at the time there was so many places that you couldn't smoke cigars.
Right.
That I would just highlight the places that you could smoke cigars. So it ended up almost becoming a job.
Yeah.
And then I did my first event, cigar, scotch, and chocolate.
Oh.
I just did it because I liked the pairing. I had no idea what the response company. We had about 40 people that came out, paid for the pairing. We had a great time. Like, when your next event? I don't know.
Right.
I just
was just doing it.
Right. So in my travels of working in different restrooms, like I said, during the day I had nothing to do, so I would go to strip clubs because there was hardly nobody in there. I could smoke a cigar, nobody bothered me. Have a $7 steak, couple of drinks, take a call whenever I needed to.
The $7 steak was bomb, huh?
What? Come on, man. So one of the
sleeping on the strip club food, boy.
In Atlanta, baby.
Man.
I don't know about anywhere else, but Atlanta.
I used to tell everybody, like, yo, when we was in Dallas, the best place to get some wings was always at the strip club. Whether it was DG's, Onyx had some fire wings, or Dallas Cab, or hell, there's a couple places. So yeah, man.
So I'm sitting in Onyx one day, one of the managers had left, and they switched to day manager to night. They brought in another manager, and a guy walks up to me and said, "Man, what the fuck you doing?" I'm like, and it was actually a manager who used to work at the Gold Club, and I used to do the restrooms at the Gold Club. I said, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "I'm just smoking this, hanging out." So every now and then he come out, we talk, he'd buy me a drink or something like that. And he said, "Man," he said, "I know you know how to promote because you promoted at the Gold Club too. You know some cigar guys, why don't you do an event here?" So all right, I kind of blew it off because I remember it was the month before my birthday. I'm like, "Man, I ain't trying to do all this, man. My birthday coming up." My birthday is Memorial Day weekend, so I went in there probably that next week, and he called me back in his office. He's like, "Man, what the fuck are we gonna do?" I was like, "Oh, we doing an event." Oh. He's like, "What are we gonna call it?" And I was like, "Smokers Retreat." He was like, "All right, cool." Took some information to do the flyer, and I have a thing in business. My mind has 10 points that I want. If I get to 7, there's no negotiation. I ain't gonna say nothing else.
Okay.
If it goes below 7, I'm still not gonna say nothing. I'm just not gonna do it.
Right.
We got the 7. Said, cool, we'll do it. And my first event, I had 43 people, and I knew every single one of them. I just told my boy, like, "Hey, smoking at the strip club, it's free to get in. I'm gonna give you a cigar."
Right.
Cool. And I made a couple $100. And then next month, 50 or 60 people. Next month, by the 4th month, when it started getting to 80, 90 people, I was like, "Oh shit,
Got
this is a
some.
job.
Yeah.
Like I gotta like actively do this."
Right.
And I think at our highest point, we were doing about 250 people. And bear in mind, this is before 8 o'clock. This event was from 3 to 8.
Whoa.
Yeah. And it was relationship based because I wanted to give out these cigars, and I didn't,
What days were you hosting that on? Like Friday?
the last
Saturday?
Friday in every month.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And Sean Williams is a really good friend of mine from Cohiba, and he had his own line then, and he would just call and check on me. He like, "Bro, I'm about to leave town. Is your event good? Hey, I left you a couple of boxes over here. Just go pick them up." Good. Chris Harper, um, Steve Dickerson with Davidoff at the time. Uh, who else? So I'm in Highland Cigars one night at a Drew Estates event, and just before Liga, before all that. And my friend Sherry grabs me and she introduced me to Jonathan Drew and his partner at the time, and says, "Hey, this is Cigar Mike. He does da 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 da." I meet him, da da da, and I go buy some sticks. And before I left, and actually said this in the interview with Jonathan Drew, he stops me. He calls everybody kid. He said, "Yo, kid, come here." And he grabs 4 boxes of cigars and a sleeve of hats and some more swag and puts them in the bag and says, "Yo, have a good event."
Wow.
And I was like, damn, you know, and like those guys, literally the first 4 months of the Smokers Retreat wouldn't have existed without them.
Yeah.
And after that, we got a little budget. We had cigar rollers come in for about 3.5, 4 years. So as it turns out, I think that was Atlanta's first day party, and it was the longest running day party. We did that from June 2009 until 2019. Did it for 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah, we did over 100 events there.
Nice.
And it was great. I mean, we had athletes, entertainers, celebrities, like people who just love doing what we do. Would just pop in like, "Yo, bro," they never asked for a section, a bottle, nothing. And they just come in and have a good time. So, that event was pivotal in my career. And I didn't know it was my career at the time, but it was pivotal because at a point I felt like I had to start doing something else because I didn't want to be the strip club guy.
Right.
And that's when I branched out and started, just doing other events, hosting at different spots on different nights, doing a rooftop event here or a patio event there, stuff like that. And it just took off. Like there was never a plan in place for
What it
Cigar
became.
Mike. You know, Cigar Mike is gonna do this and be this, and I didn't have sponsors. I didn't have money. I just did what I could, just out of pocket. People come out, we enjoy ourselves. Whatever little money I make at the end of the night is what I make.
Right.
Yeah.
That's powerful, bro. So, 3 key points that make you a success in the event industry for cigars. So,
I have no idea. Bro,
hey man, don't be trying to hold out on the
nah, I
sauce,
just like,
but just 3 main points that
well,
3 good practices for you.
okay, so
You can generalize it up. Don't give us the real sauce.
no, I can say this. It's just no, and it's for anybody. Um, so from the time I was in 11th grade on, I worked in nightclubs. You know, from security to promotions, management, different stuff like that. And when I got into the cigar space, I was still struggling trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing.
Mm,
Like you're doing events, but what are you? At one point, I Googled tobacco consultant, and nothing came up. So
mm,
I was like, okay, that's me. So I went and made some cards that said tobacco consultant.
mm,
Cool. And I'd help people, buy different stuff. So let's back it up. In 2009, I had a friend named Alex that had the store in McDonough, and he talked to me about the trade show. And at the time, it was the RTDA,
mm,
Retail Tobacco Distributors Association.
mm.
And he knew about cigars, but he didn't know all about the new stuff, and. So he said, "Look, it's trade show down in New Orleans. Come down with me. I got your pass to get in.
Mm.
Tell me what's new. Tell me what I need to buy." Cool. So while he went to the guys that he knew and the bigger guys that serviced those accounts, I just walk around and look for different stuff that was good. That you could say, "Hey man, bring this back. You're gonna be the first to have it," or it's this really good product. I met the owner. Come and talk to the owner. Cool guy. You get him to come to Atlanta, or whatever. That event, man, I brought back about 300 something cigars.
Wow.
It was ridiculous. And I'm smoking these cigars, and I start writing stuff down like, oh man, this was good, this was good. And I realized that a lot of this stuff I'm never going to see again
Mm,
because they have no inroads into Atlanta.
right.
So the next year I went back, I was like, hey, you guys want to come to Atlanta? Like, I could probably help you, navigate the city a little bit. I know a lot of the guys with cigars. I do some events, and people are kind of like, all right, who the fuck is this dude?
Right.
Give me some cigars. Like, all right. And some people knew me because they had been to Atlanta. So,
Mm,
and I got to the point by the 30, I said, look, if you'll come to Atlanta, I'll ride with you
mm,
for 3 days. Won't charge you anything. I just want your cigars in my city.
right.
And people started taking me up on it. Eddie Terrazona, Dean from Epic Cigars,
Mm,
and I bring people around, and I didn't charge them anything. I didn't take a commission. I didn't want any of that.
mm,
I just wanted to see them come to my city, and I wanted my city to have a bigger base for cigars.
right.
Being the mecca that it is, I still wasn't feeling like attention was paid to Atlanta.
Right.
And like, damn, when I travel, I go to this place, man, they got these. I can't even get them in Atlanta. Oh, they got these. I can't. So in doing that, I end up making a lot of just you know, really good friends to the point where the third year, I'm sorry, the third year of the trade show I missed because it was in Vegas. I'm like, I ain't going to Vegas. Like
Mm,
driving to New Orleans, that's fun. Da, da, da. I don't even like Vegas.
right.
And then the show was in Orlando, so I'm like, oh, that's close. We rode down there, and people were like, where the fuck were you last year? And I'm like, so then I realized, like, oh, okay, cool.
Got people checking for you.
So the next year was back in Vegas again. So I flew out to Vegas, and again, people like, hey, this is Cigar Mike. If you met Cigar Mike, da da da, he can help you in Atlanta. And that's what I would do. I mean, at a point, I had to start charging people for it, but
Right.
I would do that and just help people with events and stuff like that. And like I said, that's the time I started trying to do more stuff because like I had these connects now, and I can help showcase new product because If I say, yo, we're doing this thing over here, then people come out because they're trying to figure out what's the next good smoking spot anyway.
So it became a industry where you were connecting. You became a master connector.
Well,
for the city of Atlanta
I'm the plug.
already.
That's what the young people say.
That's what they say. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
Bruh.
But as that grew, I got asked to host different events, and then I'm in and out of the city, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, I actually get paid to get to drink and smoke,
Mm.
you know, and
Get paid to do your hobby.
yeah, and it became a little more connectivity, and I would travel, and so one year I decided I'm gonna do a tour. It was my birthday. Uh, my buddy Ben Rosario was working with Don Kiki at the time. I subsequently came out with a cigar with Don Kiki, but he was talking about going up the East Coast, and I was telling him my plan. He was like, "Well, I'm thinking about doing that anyway." He's like, "Well, I'll drive." So we left Atlanta. We were gone for 11 days. We were in 31 shops from Atlanta to New York and back. I didn't tell anybody I was coming. I didn't tell anybody. If you didn't know who I was, I didn't tell you who I was.
Right.
I just walked in and
Did your thing.
I take a picture and post, and some people were like already following me, and they were like, "Hey, you Cigar Mike." Like, man, what you doing in my store? I was smoking. You know, and we had a blast. We had a blast. I met so many amazing people just on that tour, and you know, hey man, well, when you gonna come back? And you know, can you come up and host this? And so I would do like a birthday party in DC, and you would come out, and I'm like, damn, okay, thanks for coming. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell to say. You know, like I said, bro, there was no plan for this, and then I started hosting events in some different cities, and then I'll never forget. I done my second year doing CIAA in Charlotte, and with Preston over at Taylor Smoke. Made real nice money. Came back home. I was supposed to come back home that Monday, gear up, and leave that Friday. No, I was supposed to leave that Wednesday for Miami, and that was and I had my cigar. They were going to order like 12, 15 boxes of my cigar. It was going to be during Jazz in the Garden. And it was at Top Notch, which was right across the street from where they do Jazz in the Garden.
Okay.
And it was going to be the premiere of my cigar, and that was March 2020, and the world shut down.
Oh man. Holy. What?
And man, I do events for a living.
Yeah.
And at the time, because I lived in hotels for about 2 years, because I was going to get an apartment in between $1,000 here, first month, last month. And when I was about to put the money down, the day before I put the money down, I realized that 3 days after that, I was going to be out for like 18 days.
Oh, wow.
Like, I'm about to give you all this bunch of money.
Yeah.
And then I'm about to be gone. I started looking at my schedule, like, I'll be gone like half the month.
Ain't even going to be there.
I ain't going to be there. So I started living in hotels.
Yeah.
Which was, I didn't live at the best hotels. I wasn't at the Four Seasons.
Right.
I was at like the Days Inn with a smoking room. It was
right.
great. So the world shuts down. I cannot work. I can't host events. I can't do parties. And me and God had a talk. And I said to him, I said, look, I know you look out for children and fools. I'm in there somewhere.
I'm in there somewhere.
I'm in there somewhere.
I'm your child.
But I say this to you right now. If you let me get through this, it'll be all gas, no brakes from now on. If you let me get through this, I don't have no job. I ain't getting no PPE, no food stamps, no nothing.
Right.
So I started getting calls. Hey, Cigar Mike, can you host a guest on my podcast? And Can I have you on my Zoom? Can you do this? Can you do a Cigar Mike takeover? Cool. And I just try to keep it light, just talk about what's going on, answer questions that people ask, and they say, Mike, you got your own cigar. What's going on with that? So at that time, we set up a situation where you could order my cigars, 5 packs, 10 packs, whatever you wanted. And every show I was on, people were like, order. And that literally kept me alive for 5 months of living in hotels and stuff like that. And the summer was ending. My Atlanta Cigar experience was still set. I had brand ambassadors and everything, and it was still like COVID. Yeah. And I'm terrified. I'm like, and I called my brand ambassador, I did a Zoom with him, and I was like, stop posting. Just stop posting. If people are coming, they're coming. I don't want to encourage anybody to go. I don't want to. Cigar Mike had a super spreader event. And
because they sure would have tried to tag you to it.
Yeah. And my first event, I guess it was Cabin Fever, but we had about 250 something people there.
Shoo, cigar smokers?
And this was Monday night.
Oh, wow.
And my boy grabbed me. He said, what the fuck is it going to be like the rest of the week? It was pandemonium. And me, I'm like, it's still COVID out. So I'm walking in the room, I'm with 200 people, and I'm walking through and shaking hands and giving hugs and shit. And I had some hand sanitizer in my pocket. And I walked through and hey, and I walk out and oh shit.
Y'all got.
All right, cool. I gotta go back in.
Smoke gonna kill it.
And you know, wow, it was amazing. And then I had another event slated during Big Smoke that year to do Cigar Mike Vegas Takeover, and I didn't back out of that. And we had crazy numbers there. Yeah. And I can say this now because number one, the hotel don't exist no more. So we were at the Rum Bar, and there are a lot of people of a certain hue there, maybe more than they were prepared for. And we took up pretty much everything. And they were saying stuff like, hey, well, if you're sitting down, you can take your mask off. But if you stand up, you got to put your mask on. Other people, I'm like, well, we've been around each other for the past 2 days, so all of us going to die. Yeah, all of us are out of there. Yeah, that's the case. But, you know, and then they started tripping. And so, you know, Vegas has like 3 levels of security. So the first level is the dudes that come, they ain't got no guns on. So they came over. And then they called the next level, which is the guys that think the blue shirts that actually got guns. And then the next level is the police. Yeah. So they were on the blue shirt level, and I tried to talk to management. My buddy Jameson was trying to talk to management. I'm not a big negotiator at all. And we had some people outside that were trying to get in, and they didn't want to let him in. And so he's talking to him, and I was like, look, I just turned around and said, hey, yo, we out. 15 minutes, cleared the joint out. So at that same time, I had just gotten a venue for my day party on Saturday. So I'm sitting there on my phone making a flyer for the next day. And there was a spot called the Artisan Hotel off the strip, kind of in the industrial area. But I think it was like a swingers joint because they had a big like 20-foot wall around the pool area. Oh, wow. And they let us use the pool area. And so I did the day party there. We had probably 150 people out there. And they ain't made no money in months. Yeah. And it was going so well that at 8 o'clock when it was supposed to be over, I went to the manager and I was like, hey, my people are kind of hanging. Like, if it's cool, can they stay? And they was like, well, I don't know the staff. Can we talk to the staff? The staff was like, hell yeah, we ain't made no money in a month. Yeah, they can stay. So we stayed there for another 2 hours. And, you know, it was, the response was just overwhelming. Yeah. You know, for me, like I said, I'm a kid from Decatur, man. I ain't even supposed to be here. Right now. You know, according to the first part of my life, I'm not supposed to be here. Right. So if I'm circling back to your question, there's never a time where I have a big head. I know a lot of people. I can make a lot of phone calls. It's not a big head, it's a blessing.
Right.
So rule number one, the first day you don't count your blessings, you'll lose.
That's powerful.
Rule number two is not about you.
Mm-hmm.
I do what people want. My job is, the logistics are terrifying,
Mm-hmm.
but my job from 6 to 11 is super easy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hang out with you. I don't tell people I'm this deity or something and you will do this or da da da, because I'm always outside.
Mm-hmm.
I know what you want to do.
Right.
I just provide a space to do it.
Right.
And here's the space. And you like cigars? Well, here's a manufacturer. You like liquor? Well, here's a liquor. You like live music? Here's a band.
Mm-hmm.
You like DJs? Here's a DJ.
Right.
It's super simple when you take yourself out of the equation.
Right.
I don't do it for the money. I make money. I do okay. I don't make what a lot of other people make who do the big events and stuff like that. But I'm okay. I don't have to answer to anybody.
Right.
So I'm okay. So if I only make $1,000 this night, I'm okay with that. I don't have to split that.
Mm-hmm.
And my people enjoyed it. So all I have to do is replicate that. And it's worked in different venues, around the country. People like what I do. I get on the mic. Once the show starts, the show is on.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell jokes. I'll sing. I'll dance. Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is your spare time.
Right.
This is money that you worked hard for. And you said, hey, I'm going to come out in the belief that I'm going to enjoy myself.
Right.
It's my responsibility to make sure that happens.
Absolutely.
So if you put those things in place, I'm not going to say you're going to make all the money in the world, but I will say you'll always be able to make money.
Mm-hmm. Be successful at it.
It's successful is very subjective.
Mm.
Your degree of success, my degree of success may be two different things.
True.
I can still eat.
Mm.
Some days hamburgers, some days steak, but I can still eat.
Right.
But I can get you one time. I'm going to charge you this and do this and do this and do this one time.
Mm.
But now my attrition rate skyrockets. So I got to work twice as hard to get the same amount of people, because the people I had before feel like I did them wrong.
Mm.
So if I do you right, and I don't make a lot of money, but I can do that 20 times.
Consistent.
Yeah. I can hit you over your head for an event one time, $5,000, bang. You're like, we really didn't get the value out of it. I don't think we're going to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But I can hit you in your head 10 times for 1,500.
Right.
And you don't feel it.
Right.
And you say,
because now we collaborate.
Right. Because one of the secrets to success for anybody is, if you ensure that the service that you provide is worth at least the same or more than what you're getting paid for it, you can always work.
Mm.
If you pay me $1,500, and at the end of the day, you're like, you probably should have gave him some more, then I can always get that $1,500.
Right.
I just wash, rinse, repeat. I keep my relationships.
Absolutely.
You do good by me, I do good by you. Most people, I made the money first.
Mm.
I don't trip. I don't say, well, pay me this and then I do this. Pay me this and I'll post you this. Or pay me this. I post stuff that I like.
Right.
I drink what I want to drink. I smoke what I want to smoke. I don't, if I don't like it, I don't post it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't talk bad about it. I just don't post it.
Right.
So when you see it, oh yeah, well that's something that Mike likes, because he wouldn't have posted it if he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not about going, give me this and I'll post your stuff.
Right.
Or give me this and I'll do this for you. If I don't like you or I don't like your product, we're not doing no business.
Well, bro, if you allow me to gift you,
oh yeah, I love
your own kingpin.
Oh man, that's great.
I
You know,
appreciate your time and I appreciate everything that you
that's
do.
great because I was gonna steal that one, but this is
Ain't that better,
even
bitch?
better. I was like,
You had to say it. I'll give you one.
I didn't know that. You gotta say that up front sometimes. No, man, I really appreciate this, brother.
Yeah,
Oh
absolutely.
man, I don't know if y'all can see this, but this is dope.
Yeah, that's
That's a dope
Kingpin
lighter,
Torch.
man.
You can go to kingpinluxury.com, purchase you a torch, or you can come see
Yeah.
me at Goodfellas this Sunday, September 9th, September 22nd. Excuse me.
September 22nd.
September 22nd, 2024. I'm going to be here vending at Atlanta Cigar Week. Pull up. Mike, how can we contact you? How can we get in touch with you?
Oh man, you can always hit your boy Cigar_Mike on the gram. You feel me? And then I'm Mike Bennett, Cigar Mike on Facebook. I think I'm on TikTok. I don't know. I don't remember. I think I am.
Probably got to take out.
And I don't
Yeah,
know.
I don't know.
Or X or something.
Yeah, what else?
I'm on some other stuff. I don't all that stuff, man. I'm old, man. That stuff confused the hell out of me.
I feel you. But hey, bro, I appreciate you coming
No,
on.
man. Thank you, bro.
Man,
For
thank you.
real. Thank you. And thank you for being a man of your word and coming to my city, bro.
I told you I was coming.
That means more to me. Just showing up means more to me than you would realize. So I appreciate that, man.
And I take that to heart, bro. I told you I'm coming.
You know I'm gonna be in your city.
Yeah, come on.
For what?
Dallas Smoke Fest.
That part.
Yeah. Dallas Smoke Fest, November 6th through the 10th.
And
guys,
if you got time, September 23rd through the 29th, next week, the Atlanta Cigar Experience. We're gonna have an amazing time, some amazing cigars. I got Eric Espinosa. I hope you're here Monday.
Yeah, I'm here Monday.
Oh,
I'm here Monday till the afternoon.
Well, I gotta pop up.
Okay.
On Monday afternoon, but Monday night I got Eric Espinosa in town.
Okay, bet.
Yeah, but we're gonna have a great time next week. So if you got the opportunity, if you're in town, definitely pull up. If you're from out of town, we still got room for you. Come see me.
Guys, remember, share, like, subscribe to the channel. And remember, storms don't last, but your home should. Peace. Two Fingers.